This video presentation is aimed at answering some of the frequently asked questions by APNA members in relation to proposed amendment to APNA bylaws for better governance. One hot question that is generating a lot of discussion on social media is that if the amendments are approved, will APNA be reporting its own members to the Federal Bureau of Intelligence? This is not true because it is a misinterpretation of a simple provision in the amendments. This provision states that Ethics and Grievance Committee may report crimes to law enforcement if found guilty. Let us take a minute and look at the background of this provision. APNA is perhaps one of the very few professional organizations that does not have code of ethics and disciplinary rules. Towards that end, the Constitution and Bylaws Committee 2018, in response to some harassment complaints from some APNA members, developed a code of conduct for APNA members. This code of conduct included provisions of warning, fines, temporary suspension of membership privileges, and referring the matter to law enforcement if necessary. This disciplinary code was approved by the Council unanimously during its spring Council meeting in Chicago on April 28, 2018. When the Cable Committee was drafting the Code of Conduct, it was also working on the amendment to the bylaws. The Cable Committee strongly felt that APNA should have disciplinary codes in its bylaws to be at par with other professional organizations like American Medical Association. Section 16.8.1G addresses this matter. Its provisions for disciplinary actions are identical to the Code of Conduct that is already approved by APNA Council. Ironically, some Council members who are vigorously opposing the amendments because of the law enforcement clause of 16.8.1G actually voted in favor of the same reporting when they voted for the Code of Conduct. Therefore, logically speaking, reporting to FBI was kosher for the Code of Conduct, but it is not kosher for amendments. It is easy to deduce that the issue is not reporting to FBI, but really the issue is opposition to the amendments. The purpose of 16.8.1G is not to report an APNA member to FBI at all, especially frivolously. Let us look at some circumstances when reporting to the law enforcement may become necessary. Consider a situation in which a member is found guilty, for example, of embezzlement of APNA funds or similar crimes. The Ethics and Grievance Committee in such circumstances may consider reporting that individual to law enforcement in addition to retrieval of lost funds. Another allegation is that these amendments are being rushed through. Once again, it is untrue. The facts show that the amendments have been processed according to the book, following the stipulated timeline and the review durations. For example, the Constitution and Bylaws Committee spent about 45 days drafting this manuscript. APNA Council then spent 40 days of review before voting on it in APNA Council on April 28, 2018. Later on, when the Board of Trustees challenged the Council with a cease and desist notice, APNA Council once again gave a vote of confidence with an 80% majority to continue the voting process. The Constitution and Bylaws Committee believes that a vocal minority of 200 to 300 members who are social media smart cannot override the will of nearly 3,000 silent majority. We are therefore eagerly looking forward to the decision of the general body. In the interim, there is no reason to call each other names. Instead, all members should voice their opinion through voting process of amendments. If you feel that these amendments are good for Apna, vote yes. If you feel that these amendments are detrimental to Apna, your no vote is even more important. This is the democratic way of governance. We hope that this video was helpful in understanding the facts and the background of these amendments. We thank you for your listening. We urge you to participate in this process of making Apna a better organization.